Hello, and welcome to yet another Commander video. Today we have for you something I've wanted to do for a while. Momir Vig Simic Visionary. The reason why I wanted to do this one for a while is that most of the other videos that I have seen online rely on Prophet of Crufix, and Prophet of Crufix is banned now. That happened fairly recently, and I just wanted to show you guys my spin on Momir Vig, how I dealt with not having access to Prophet of Crufix anymore. It's still a really good deck and a lot of fun. Gets a lot of big creatures out fairly quickly, and has a few surprises in it. So let's get right into it. First of all, we have Momir Vig, of course. Whenever I cast a green creature, lets me search my library for a creature and put it on top. And if I cast a blue creature spell, I get to reveal that top card of my library. If it's a creature card, I put it in my hand. So basically, I want to cast creature spells that are both, and just turn it into a creature tutor. So let's get right into it. Alright, first we have some of the given cards for Commander. We have Soul Ring and Mana Crypt, and I have a Chrome Mox. Now, you would know if you saw some of my other videos that I play these proxy cards because I have a lot of Commander decks, and it is just way out of my price range to play a Mana Crypt or buy a Mana Crypt every time I want to build a deck with my Mana Crypt. And I don't want to take apart my old decks either, just to get a new deck. I actually have 11 Commander decks right now, with a 12th one in the works. So I do own Mana Crypts. I own 3 Mana Crypts at this time, and it's just not worth me spending. Right now, I think they're like $65, $70 for just an Eternal Masters one. And $65 for one card on 11 decks is a lot of money. So that's why I do that. Moving on, we have Dark Steel Ingot for mana, Command Sphere, Warm Power Stone, all for mana, Wayfarer's Bauble for some good land fetch, Sensei's Divining Top, just because it's Sensei's Divining Top, and pretty much everybody's going to play one. Vidalcan Orrery. This deck tries to do a lot of playing on other people's turns, and this is part of it. Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves to protect Momir and a few others, and get those heavy hitters swinging on haste. Then we have our Sapphire Medallion and Emerald Medallion, because they're basically infinite use mana rocks. That's pretty much how I look at them. Good for only really good for 1 and 2 color decks, but yeah, there we go. And Mystic Study and Mystic Remora for card draw. Sylvan Library, because it's an EDH staple, and we are playing green, so we definitely want to play a library. We have, Leyline of Anticipation, or Leyline, whatever. Again, we're trying to play on other people's turns, and we need Flash to do that. Awakening, more playing on other people's turns. It lets us untap all our lands and creatures. We want this out with the Vidalcan business or the Leyline, and then we can start dropping stuff on other people's turns as well as our own. Future Sight, a very, very underrated card. This goes in with the whole play on other people's turn theme. Lets us always have a card to play. Frontier Siege for mana. Always choose cons. Mana Reflection for more playing stuff, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to play stuff. Then we have Selvalla's Stampede. again for getting some of those nice big fatties out. Then we move on to Overwhelming Stampede, just for that good finish card. We got a lot of big guys, and big guys get to be huge guys. Show and Tell, get a big guy out early. We play the green and blue Praetors and some other big nasty things like Memnarch. So having these guys out on turn 2 or 3 is fantastic. Time Spiral, for card advantage and awesome time spiral-y things. Windfall, again, same thing. Cultivate for some more lands. And Kodama's Reach for more lands. And moving on, we have our one Planeswalker that I play, Jace the Mind Sculptor. There are other good Planeswalker choices for this deck. Garruk Wildspeaker coming to mind for some token guys and some untaps. But for now, I just have this one for some fun card advantage. And moving on, we have Worldly Tutor to fetch up that one creature we really need when we need it. Fact or Fiction, card advantage. Brainstorm, card advantage. Capsize. Being able to continuously untap our lands makes this thing brutal. Being able to bounce everyone's creatures faster than they can play them. Being able to bounce back lands faster than they can be played. This card can get really mean. Aetherize for protection and annoying our opponents. Cyclonic Rift, same thing, especially in the annoying department. Evacuation, again, same thing. Mirror Match, some good protection. Then we have a couple of counters. We have our basic counter spell. Ooh, shiny. Time Stop. Plasm Capture for mana and a counter. Sort of a poor man's mana drain. And moving on to creatures. This is the meat of the deck right here. I always try to say that for last. I've replaced Prophet of Kruphix with Rashmi, Eternity's Crafter, from Kaladesh. She turns everything into your first spell into a pseudo cascade every turn. And when we play a creature spell, we put it like a green creature spell. We can put it on top and then Rashmi it out later. Kruphix. This is probably the second or third thing you want to get out with Momir. Being able to save your mana from turn to turn is fantastic. We have Arcanus for some card advantage, and every time he untaps on other people's turns, more card advantage. Edric, Spymaster of Trust, good card advantage, and a good way to set one opponent against another. Bit of a group hug card. Solemn Simulacrum, just because it's Solemn Simulacrum. Coiling Fang, good chump blocker and some card advantage. Whoops. Sakura Tribe Elder for some mana. Selvala herself for some more mana and a little bit of card advantage. Teferi for that playing on other people's turns thing I had mentioned earlier. And that goes the same for Seedborn, another second or third choice for Momir, as well as Teferi. That's also a good thing to Momir for. Kira, great protection, another Momirable card. Mystic Snake for some counter and some chump blockings. Genesis for getting those dead creatures back. Eternal Witness, same business. Indrik Stomp Howler for killing artifacts and enchantments, as well as stomping and howling, apparently. Duplicate, a little bit of control. Reclamation Sage, killing some more artifacts and enchantments. Trigon Predator, same thing. Bane of Progress, same thing. World Breaker, some Stampy, I walk all over you, and then control on top of that. Platinum Angel. Why not? Nice, dirty card to be playing on somebody, but it's a high cast cost, and we want a cascade of sorts with Rashmi. Jin Gitaxis, Core Augur. Vorsinklex, Voice of Hunger. Memnarch. Then we have our lands. I saved lands for last this time. People's probably skipping them anyway. Lands are pretty much whatever you want. It's a 2-color deck. It's not terribly important. You can play the Temple of the False God. Alchemist Refuge. This is one you definitely want to play. More flashing on other people's turns. And no, that does not mean, exposing things. You could literally just put a bunch of basic lands. I got a Command Tower and City of Brass and Exotic Orchard. Doesn't really go with a 2-color theme, but why not? Botanical Sanctum, Ruptured Spire, Yavimaya Coast. It's basically whatever you want. I would just seriously play this one and the Temple of the False God. Maybe an Ancient Tomb or something if you have one. And yeah, that's pretty much my video. So tell me what you think. I need likes and I need subscribers to keep this channel going. Like I said, I have a lot more EDH decks to share and a few other ideas rolling around in my head for some other videos. So, yeah, give me some likes and subscribes, and let's keep this thing rolling. Have a great one.